Hey everyone, welcome. This is Jen Ross. I'm a spiritual mentor who works with people to dig deep within themselves and unearth their gifts and their soul purpose and their deepest sense of knowing so they can line that up to spirit and live a visible, conscious, free, fun life. I use a unique approach based on spirituality, psychotherapy, deeply rooted in my education and mythology, archetypes, as well as blasting through social norms. So I want to talk today about how do you know what you really want, right? It's like there's so much input out there right now, and it's like, how do you know what you, it's my selfie stick, you really want out of your one and precious life? It's a deep question. And the only way to come into knowing around that is to connect to your body, because your body has the answers to your questions. And the only way to start to connect to your body is to start to connect to your breath, right? And then from there, it's like the heart and the soul and spirit, they all start to line up. But the very first thing that we need to do is we need to come into our breath, because without breath, there is no divinity. We are embodied beings, and we are made of the same thing that the earth is made of. And so therefore, the breath, our breath that moves through our body, is our very own pulse. And until we can come into some sort of resonance with our pulse, we cannot line that pulse up to any other pulse out there, right? So another thing that the breath does for you, and this breath specifically that we're going to do today together, is that it brings your body into equality. And your body wants to be in equality because your masculine and your feminine voice, they both want to be at the table. They really do. They're dying for it. And oftentimes we are biased. We give one voice more than the other voice. And so this breath gives our body a sense of equal rights in and of itself, which is so cool. So this breath is going to help you drop into your own sense of knowing. Start to connect to what it is you really want, and also bring your body into equality. Okay, cool. So I'll walk you through the practice. Go ahead and close your eyes and come into a comfortable seat. So you could be seated on the ground, with your legs folded, or you could be seated on a chair with your feet on the ground. But I do want you to make sure that your spine is up and down. So you're not like laying down or slunched, right? Because the spine is where the breath moves. That's where the journey of the breath goes up and down the spine. I'm going to put down the selfie stick. Cool. So once you're comfortable, I want you to go ahead and orient to the place where your body meets the earth. And that's going to be either your sit bones or your tailbones, your butt, your booty, right? So start to come into just like knowing that is happening, right? Like just feel the fact that your body is meeting the earth. Good. And then begin to orient to the place at the base of the spine, the pelvis, the womb center, right? The place where there is all sorts of voice. It's like that's your generator of creativity in your body. And for a lot of us, it's going like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It goes really, really, really fast, right? For like creative beings, it goes so fast. And so start to orient to that and start to just come into some element of stillness, right? And then just notice the breath. So no manipulating the breath yet. I just want you to notice, is it long? Is it short? Is it shallow? Is it deep? This is part of learning to be a witness to yourself, which I did a video on a little bit ago. And it's really crucial. Cool. So now that you've just been a witness to your own breath experience, and you have started to orient to that place at the base of the spine where our body meets the earth and where your creativity lives, I want you to start to take an inhale breath from that place. So at the very base of the spine, imagine the inhale moves from there all the way through the belly, into the solar plexus, up through the heart center, through the voice box, into the jaw, all the way up to the crown of the head, and then exhale, it moves back down the spine. Same path. So inhale moves from the base of the spine all the way up into the belly, into the abdomen, the solar plexus, through the heart center, into the voice, awakening these parts of your body, moving it up into the crown of the head, and then exhale, moves the breath back down the spine. Same journey, up and down. Good. Take 2 of those breaths on your own, moving the breath intentionally from the base of the spine all the way up, activating these different parts of your body up to the crown of the head, and then back down the spine. On the next inhale breath, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the inhale all the way up again to the crown of the head, and then you're going to pause for a moment, just one brief moment, and you're going to imagine that the inhale breath reaches out its hand, grabs hold of the exhale breath, and together in unity they move back down the spine. So the inhale breath moves from the earth, the base of the spine, all the way up to the crown of the head. It pauses very slightly, it meets the exhale breath, and together they move back down the spine. Okay, so again, inhale all the way up the spine, through these centers of your body, to the crown of the head, marries, unites, inhale to exhale, and together they dance back down the spine. Good. So just a couple more breaths just like this, focusing on the inhale, dancing up the spine, and then uniting with the exhale, and the exhale and the inhale together moving back down the spine. And as you do this, just notice what's happening in your body. Notice if there are images. Notice if there are sounds or colors. Notice what comes up for you as you marry your inhale breath to your exhale breath, as you start to unite your system, as you start to dip into what your knowing is. How do you know what you really want? This is the very first step. So keep going. I'm super proud of you. I'm so glad you're here. Have the most beautiful day. Keep breathing. Comment below. liveyourfreedom.com. So much love.